YouTube, I'm back. It's the couch. It's DJ Gonzo. We got a coach, Tim Torment, and we got the one, the only, underrated. He's come on to kick it with us for about a half an hour. We're gonna see what's going on with him. What's up, underrated?
Oh man, I'm just chilling, man, recording. Um, just saying what's up to you guys, seeing what's going on with you, basically.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to
Yeah,
jump right into nitty gritty right now already.
cool.
Black markets matter. You know, I keep messing that up in every show. Everything I've said about this, I keep saying Black lives. I'm like, fuck, that matters too. But no, black markets matter.
Right. Yeah, that's a thing that's kind of like touchy as well. You know how it is these days, and it's like, man, it's no nobody really talks about it, but at the same time, like I support the whole Black Lives movement and everything. Like that's Black Lives Matter is a big deal. You know what I mean? And I don't want anyone to think any different because of the name of our shit. It's the name of our shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? The name of our shit has to do with weed, 100%, and like so I don't want anyone to get it misconstrued like we're taking away from anything because we're just trying to state what the hell is going on out here. And man, it's rough in Humboldt these days, bro.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a statement on what's going on up there.
Yeah.
Now, things have changed. Can you explain the change from back in, say, 99 when, like, we started first growing to, like, when we actually started getting medical cards to where everything got legalized? Can you kind of tell, like, I want to call it a trap because I'm familiar with what you got going on, but if you want to explain it out more.
Sure. You're in California, right?
I'm in Arizona right now, but I'm from California. I'm from San Bernardino.
Okay, so you see what's up. You know about 215 and all that. So the thing is, I think that I didn't realize a year ago when I first started really looking into more shit, I didn't realize that different states are so completely different. So it's like, because you're in California, then you go to Arizona, you've seen two different things. I know because I've toured all these states for 15 years and seen how people are in different states and shit. So, God damn, this thing's pissing me off. Hold on again. I'm sorry.
Okay, brother.
I got it. Basically, it made me think like the state's medical things are so different and their legal things are so different. They're used against you, like how you said it's a trap. And that's kind of what it is. And it's kind of weird to say because like my whole career, I've done weed music and representing the good parts about weed. And so it's hard to be like, it's hard to write songs like I used to write because shit's not as happy as it used to be in my neck of the woods in the weed industry, if you feel what I'm saying. So it's hard to write the same stuff when I'm going through so much different stuff around here. So like you said, it's kind of been a trap for a lot of people, and it's sad to see good people get trapped and get hurt and lose their families and their farms or homes or whatever you want to call them nowadays. So it's real. It's real shit. So that's why it feels so comfortable to write, because it's just writing about what's going on, which is different than how I used to write. I mean, I used to write like that, but it was more in a more like playful way, more like oh, life is good all the time and shit. Now it's like life is great, man, but there's something going on that I just feel like I need to talk about.
Right.
So that's what our whole movement is about.
Yeah, because I hated, honestly, having been a part of the black market, I hated when dispensaries popped up and they became popular because my income went to a halt. Like, it really went to a halt. And then I started having to up my game and then realizing, well, especially with my brother, realizing that these shops aren't putting out what we're putting out. Like, you're kind of getting done here. Like, you're killing my price, but I'm still carrying more quality better than you are. You know what I mean? And then
I feel like that's definitely something. If I can elaborate on what you're saying a little bit.
absolutely.
Yeah, like that whole feeling of that first initial feeling of wow, people are selling it in the store, but yo, I know my friend down the street grows way better weed than that, and he's a cool dude, and he's not getting taken advantage of for it to be in the store, and everything around it is kind of a sham. And it's not on the dispensary itself. To me, that's where it gets misconstrued too in our music and stuff, because it's like we have a song called Not a Battle at the end of the album that's like talking about, yo, it's not about like hating on being legal or hating on being a dispensary. That's not a, I'm not looking at that like that's a bad thing. I'm looking at that like that's part of the same system I'm talking about that's getting fucked also. So it's easy to like, it's easy to get that misconstrued or whatever that word might be, because some of the music we make is just so like, fuck, man, like never gonna register. It's just frustration from seeing different farmers and different people that I know in the game that who basically built the game get taken advantage of. So,
which is very, very true. Like the way I see it is they, from the get-go, from 96 when Prop 215 first came out, it was so broad and open that nobody could do anything for another 11 years, 12 years. And then they started getting shops and everything going. But at the same time, all these shops popping up, nobody was getting the proper, paperwork from the city, the county and stuff. And they were still running it like it was the black market. We had a lot of shady characters, especially in San Bernardino, that were setting up shops that I think made us look even worse, to where now it's more in the corporation's hands with everything being legal now. Is that pretty much where you guys are running with it, or?
Pretty much. I mean, it's pretty much what you're saying, because you have that understanding. It's just the fact of like, you said San Bernardino, you're saying Arizona, like, not to sound like I know more than anybody else, but I'm just saying that from our perspective in Humboldt, where if you legitimately think the majority of people made their living from growing weed, over 50% of people that say in your area you live, were just growing weed to survive. Not to make hella money, not to be a fucking baller, but to just survive and live away from civilization to a point where it's like you're trying to get away from the system. Now the system's coming and taking your own system you built too. You feel me? So it's like really, it's super close to me, because it's like it's all the people around me, bro. Like it's real shit. So you definitely feel it being where you're at. I personally think me and Garth just feel it so to a point where we're just expressing that frustration, and it comes off wrong sometimes. That's why I was saying it's like it's not us against it's not like black market people who aren't involved in the game or whatever. This phone, man, it lied to me. But the people in the black market, you could say, don't have to be against the people in the legal market, because it's them fucking everybody. So it's just like, it sounds crazy because you want to be happy about weed, so people don't want to hear the shit. I think that's why people don't talk about it that much, because you want to love weed, man. You want to be like, yes, my state's about to get my shit legal. I live in wherever I live in Ohio. I live in wherever, I don't know, wherever you live, South Dakota. You're like, oh, when it's legal, it's going to be cool. I'm going to be able to smoke outside. No one's going to get mad at me and shit. Then you realize they use that against you so hard that they just mess everything up and take the money out of everything. And it always takes the passion out of shit when people come in with all the money and change it to that.
I feel like,
what do you think, Torment?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people that are, I mean, I get both sides of the argument, but I feel like a lot of people that are going for the legalization are like in towns and shit where they can't really get it that well. They can't get good stuff, or they're paying too high prices, or they can't really find it. So they're like, yeah, we want a store where we can just go and get the shit. And then also we don't have to worry about the cops as well.
Yeah, bro. And that's the thing. I've heard that so many times. And then the way I think about it, I'm like, dude, I totally feel that, because I try to be somebody that listens to other people's lives and try to figure out why they think a certain type of way. So I listen to that and I'm like, okay, I get that. Then I look at it the other way and I say, yo, like they're happy because they got that one thing, but think about where the thing came from. If you care, it's not about a guilt thing. It's just about a awareness thing. It's not even like, yo, you shouldn't be happy that you get to smoke weed, but you should look at kind of where it came from to a point and just respect it kind of in a way where it's like nothing against that person. They just don't understand what's really happening in the background, which makes it kind of like frustrating to people that I've grown up with. So it's the same thing as what you're saying. And I get that side, but it's like, yo, they're fucking everybody to make that person that way. Like they know in Iowa that they're going to be able to talk to a person like that and that really wants weed to be so legal, so that's all they care about. They're going to take advantage of that person knowing that. So they're going to have the rules in Iowa be associated with that person, right? You feel what I'm saying? So that's where it starts to hurt. That's where it starts to feel bad. And I feel like we're in the original area of the industry kind of making a lifestyle and a survival method of living by growing weed. And I've seen it for 50 years when everyone's coming in now and understanding it. I'm like, yo, we're 50 years ahead, not in a conceited way, just in a way of saying like, we've seen how that happens when you grow weed to live. There's something about it that you understand. There's something about watching your community be built off that when no one really has done it as much as we have. So now when you look at it, you're like, they're fucking the people in Iowa just like they're fucking the people here, because they know what the people here, they got the people here to vote yes, bro. Knowing they're just like, yo, we'll make the law for you. You can come on in, you can grow for us, and it'll be all good. You can basically all your money you have, you can come make it look legal. Now you can go to the backyard and unbury your millions of dollars and be like, here they are. Now I can be legal with my kids, and I cannot worry that they're gonna come fucking raid my house anymore. So they got that against you. So you want to vote, yeah, because you don't want that to happen to you, but you've already made millions of dollars in the game. So you're like, I still got money. Maybe I can make this shit work for me in this gray area. Let's go register and make it work. So they even got those people. So then they pit those people against the other people. It's just a whole sham in every way because they're smart as fuck and they control the shit we're watching right now.
Right.
So
no, that makes sense.
But I mean, like, also, I mean, like, the majority of people who voted for that in California the majority of people who voted for it aren't growers. And the growers didn't know that they were going to be hit with all those taxes all of a sudden.
Yeah, so there it is, man. So I feel like you're exactly right. The certain people that weren't growers were for it more. They just needed to get the certain amount of growers for it, and then everyone else looking around. If you get the growers to say that it's something good, everyone's going to roll with it because that's how they roll. That's why they're the foundation of the shit. And that's why it sucks when they're getting treated like shit kind of more now. But it's like they're the foundation, so people watch that. And they even trick them.
Right.
They voted yes, too.
Yeah.
Right. I know when I stopped smoking, when I stopped growing and was just smoking, like I didn't care it was just medical because, you know, every time I got hit with weed and didn't have a weed card, $120 fine. It's not even misdemeanor. It's I forget what you call it, but pretty much you don't ever have to pay for that shit. Like nothing ever happens to you for not paying it. And unless you get up to like 10,000, then maybe marshals will come and grab you for 3 days, you know. But other than that, like I was okay with it with the way it was. And I left before it got legal. I came back the day San Diego first started actually selling out of stores. And it was interesting. It was cool, but like everyone's kind of selling themselves out. Like in Arizona, you if you get a weed card, you give up your gun rights. I'm like, fuck you, it ain't happening.
That's
not happening.
I think that's gonna be everywhere too.
Yeah, you can't. They're taking your fucking guns away for weed.
I don't think you can have a gun and weed at the same.
Okay, so can you guys, this is the thing that always messes with me and Garth. Will talk about shit like that. So like if we seen an article that said that or something, we'd send it to each other and talk about it. Like what? Like why would you get your gun charge taken away because you smoke weed? Why? Like I don't understand.
Not your gun charge, a gun license.
You take your rights away. You can't own a gun if you have a weed card in Arizona.
You can't.
That's what I meant to say, I guess. Like, how is that even, does that even make sense to anyone? Like, is there someone out there that thinks that makes sense? Like, why is that? Do you understand why?
No, not to me personally, not to a lot of people, but I mean, to
the reason
the people that it makes sense to are the ones that are in charge, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just weird.
The reason why that's the law here in Arizona is because marijuana is still illegal on a federal basis, and the to have a firearm license, whatever, is also federally, and it is illegal to have drugs in a vehicle where you have a gun. That is the bottom line of it, and that is the reason why if you get a marijuana license that you can't get a gun license. But here's the thing, Arizona is an open carry state anyways. You don't need to even have a permit in this state. You can go have a gun and carry it around. Now, if you're a felon and you get caught with it, obviously you're screwed. But here in the state of Arizona, you don't have to have a license to have a gun here. We are an open carry state. So people throwing fits about, oh, well, they're going to take your weed license away if you have guns, or vice versa, your gun license shouldn't even be an issue, because you don't even have to. If you are on the up and up and you carry a gun and you're doing your weed, like, as long as you're not robbing people and breaking the law, they're not going to fuck with you.
But Arizona's a weird state, though. You get the wrong cops and everything's all bad. Like, you get a charge for everything. For if you had a bong, a sack, and some rolling papers, that's 3 felonies.
But see, here's the other thing about the state of Arizona. Like, you can't just, I'm pretty sure this is everywhere, but I know for Arizona and Michigan, you can't just go get your weed and be driving around smoking weed in your vehicle. Like, there's regulations. Like, for medical, you are supposed to have your marijuana, you pick it up from the dispensary, it's supposed to be in a lockbox in your trunk. Like, so if you're not following the rules and doing it, their regulations, and you get caught up, well, then that's your own stupidity.
Okay, so here's the thing. All that makes sense to me, but the thing is, as you explained it, I feel like a lot of it, you were like, this is so dumb, basically, right? Like, that was the like, you're telling me the law, but at the same time, you're telling me the law is kind of ridiculous, right?
No, not at all. Like, not at all, because I completely agree with it. Like, it don't bother me at all. That's just my demeanor. Like,
you believe we should take, if we smoke weed and get a weed card, we should lose our license? That's like the ultimate question. That's the main question.
You won't lose a license because in the state of Arizona, you don't need a license.
That's Arizona. Okay, so you're talking about people in Arizona.
And it doesn't really affect me anyways, because I'm a felon, so nobody in my house can own a gun anyways. So that's why I'm just so nonchalant about it, honestly, because it does not affect me here nor there.
Right. I just think that, like, there's so many different things in different states. And then the thing you brought up at the beginning, you're just like, hey, it's federally illegal still. But in the state, it's not. It's just like that creates so many crazy things that just make everything impossible and to even do for anybody. Like, they're setting the whole thing up in a way that can't even be fixed. So right. Then you go, well, okay, well, what's going to happen? Then it just feels like, man, everything's about money, no matter what it is. And it sucks, man.
It definitely is. And like, for the federal based things, like, if you have a card, like, you can't just go grow marijuana and sell it to whoever the hell you want. You can't just go on the streets just because you got a card and buy marijuana from whoever you want. You still have to go about it a legal way. It's all regulated. And
right.
But that's what a lot of he's saying is the regulations that have been imposed, the super taxation, especially in California, is wrong. We got ourselves tricked into it. And in essence, like, taking our guns away, they're using it for leverage on other things too. It's become a political tool in some aspects.
Yeah. I feel like it's such a big deal to people that they can take advantage of you so easily because they know how your brain works and they know how they've built the conversation and the picture you get when you think of weed and what most people think. They know what people think. They know how to do it. They know how to market it. They know how to tell you what's going to work and what's not. They know how far each state's going to go because they know how their laws have been for years. Like, that gun thing doesn't even make sense to me. It's like, if it's saying on one side is good for people and it's legal, and when people's first thought is, oh, weed's legal, that means I can do anything I want now, right? Like, yeah, what do you mean? Now I can only do this and only do that. What do you mean? Like, I didn't get that because everyone's so excited to just, like you said, go to the store and buy their weed for the most part. That's what most people are like. It feels like in other states. That it's like they have that against them so quick that they can do any laws that they want. So any of the shit can be weird and it can just be for that reason. And it's all about money. So when it's all about money, the people that are making the laws are not for the people who created the weed and the people that really have love and passion for weed. So it's just watching it get taken.
They have all these regulations with alcohol, even though it's legal.
Yeah, there's regulations with alcohol. You know, it's legal.
It is legal. It's even tobacco. Like, there's all these regulations with it, whether.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right about all that stuff. And I appreciate all that questioning because we can get right down to it. Like, there's definitely laws when it comes to alcohol, but I don't know people with alcohol. I know moonshiners and they still have the same vibe as me. They have the same the alcohol bullshit came in and took over our shit too. It's exactly the same. We're just we're on the front line of the shit. We're from there. We're dealing with the shit. So everyone can have
But
their
on the
own
state
opinion.
level, they don't really give a shit. It's the federal. If the federal came
No,
in,
the states,
that's when they're
the
gonna.
states. That's the thing he's talking about. A lot of things he's talking about is they're real rough, especially like California right now, on the growers. That these people that have been doing this for fucking 50 years, that have mastered it. They were willing to do it.
No,
They're
it
willing
has
for the
to be
taxes.
certain
They went at
things.
them different ways. And now places, from what I'm hearing from the music, places are closing down. Like it's done the opposite economically for a area that has a rich history in weed. They have a fucking city named Weed. God damn it.
They have their finger on
I
everything and
do.
be able to control every little thing.
Yeah, they do. That's big
That's
corp all the time.
Yeah. We're on the same page. We're on the same page. We're just telling it from a different angle.
Right? Exactly. Absolutely. I wanted to read a little bit in the chat because we have people watching live. We got
Okay.
fucking Scribble. Scribble is checking us out right now. And
Oh, yeah.
he says hashtag Black Markets Matter. Pig Venus says sup underrated. And then you were called by Scribble. The underrated is the Doug Benson of underground hip hop.
The Doug.
I
It's
can
like-
believe that.
And
Good.
Scribble also said, yo, my grandmother, who has been a Bible Betty her whole life, just started smoking weed and is a totally different person. And she never would have even thought about smoking a joint before it was legal.
So that's cool. See, there's things that are great, man. Like that's the thing is like if you talk about Black Markets Matter, it's not about like hating on all the shit. There's definitely good things about being legal. And you know, I don't want to take away from that at the same time. I just like telling the other side, but that's cool, you know, like because that does make some people like, hey, older people that might have never been with smoking or their kids smoking even or whatever, or look at it in a different light because the state and or the county is saying that it's okay. And that's kind of crazy. The people are kind of saying that it's okay in a certain way, depending on how you look at it. But that's a cool thing. You know, you can't hate on that when people are looking at it and getting a better representation of what weed really is. And then you go, well, cool. The older lady, his grandma smokes now, and that's dope. And then you bring it back to the thing about the law of taking away the gun. It's like, yo, the grandma can smoke and she can look at weed like it's better, but in the background, they're taking away your license for a gun or you know, doing something to you about a gun because they think weed is some type of drug. But the old lady at the same time now is saying the drug is okay. So it's kind of weird. You feel me? But anyways, that's what's up. That's cool.
1 second. We have a caller on the line.
Okay. That's what's up.
All right, who we got? You got a question for underrated?
Hello, Mr. Underrated. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I don't know, from the video you look a little paranoid. Are you smoking the best strands out there, I hear?
Man, I had actually shout out to Space Gems. It's a company out here in Humboldt, and I had one of their gummies, or they're like gumdrops. Oh my goodness, bro! I've been in this mood all day. Like,
Well, that is excellent. I'm glad I called you in so I could tell you. I am a big fan. I love your music. Your music is amazing. I also like your movement as well. But I want to ask you one question.
Yeah.
In both aspects of it, which one that pulls you more? The movement or the music?
I gotta be both because I mean that's a sucky answer, man. But damn, it's like they're both. You know, like you just it's hard to say that. It's like I don't know. What if you could never eat spaghetti or hamburgers again? It's like I don't know. It's hard because they're both. There's you know.
That's an easy one. Spaghetti and hamburgers and choose a hamburger all day. But anyway, I understand what you're saying, but I also would like to ask you, out of all of the videos you have shot, which one is your favorite?
Probably it'll be better tomorrow because it was just off the top of my head, and this dude named Chris helped me. Apex Media Productions, shout out the man. He basically went with me and we made the video, kind of freestyled it, and like went back to where I grew up when I was a little kid and filmed it out in the woods, and then went to where I walk my dog right now all the time, and then we just threw it together and it came out super real. So when I look at it, I just remember the feeling that I was going through. So that one gotta be it.
That's awesome. That's one of my favorites. That's what got me back into.
It's a great one. That's awesome.
Listen, man, I knew you were part of the group Potluck. Are you guys still friends after everything?
I think we might want to bypass that. No.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, I mean, we got our own things. It's kind of a personal thing. You know, really what it was is just like, it wasn't fun anymore. Like I was doing the same stuff over and over, you know, and when I got to the point where I was like, all right, you know, if I can take what I have here and like just try to make this fun again, because I had so much fun the first 10 years of making music. And I felt like just there was something that I needed to do on my own. And it just kind of made me feel that way with different personality things too. You know, no one's perfect. You know what I mean? Like the more that I look at groups and stuff like that, I'm like, the more I'm like, it's hard to think that bands can stay together when there's like 5 people. So it's like, you know, just dealing with one other person to me was like, it was a hard thing to do. So it just took it's just kind of like breaking up with somebody, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at basically with it. So no love lost. What's that?
I would like to say it's actually really good because if you notice, even in like the metal scene and other scenes of music, and even in cartoons, I mean, they discontinued Animaniacs for God's sakes, and it was an amazing show. It was like one of the 3 stars, but it's all right anyway. But everybody breaks up because it's a new transformation in life, as far as I've seen.
Yeah, pretty much, man. So that's basically what it is. It's like, it's just how life is. And I just remember when I first started liking music, it was so fun to me. I just lived off that energy. And I knew that energy wasn't there, so I had to make a change, basically. And now I feel that energy again. And that brings it back to what you said about that video, because that was the first video I did by myself. That's why I had the energy like that. So.
Speaking of back together and stuff, Suburban Noize, huh?
Yeah, bro. And that's cool too, because it's a lot of people that I've worked with in the past, and it's cool because I know these people now. Like before, I was kind of like naive to what was going on and shit. You know, I was just like going through the motions, like, oh man, being on stage is fun. You know, this must be the right thing to do, or you know, whatever things that come along with being on a label and watching and feeling like more and more people are paying attention to you. Whatever vibe that is, I was kind of just going through the motions when I was on the label. So then the label stopped. We went off the label for a while and I did my own thing. Now I'm looking at it in a different way. So I'm just super happy to come back and look at it now and see the people and talk to all the people. It's fun to do it.
Okay. If I can chime in for a second. So I didn't actually realize that you were going back on the Sub Noize label as well. So with what's left of Cottonmouth Kings going back on the label as well, I mean, how's that gonna go? I mean, because we all know how that went last time.
I think that's the thing about it, man, and I think that's why this whole new way of Sub Noize being together is just different vibe to me. And like, I wouldn't jump into something that felt wrong, and I felt like I felt out everything that was going on, and everyone that's doing whatever they're doing, man, everyone's just trying to get along in a certain type of way and make music and make a living. And the people around me that I know that are real, that's the people that, you know, you'll see me probably doing more music with or whatever. It's like, whoever you vibe with is who you vibe with. It doesn't matter if they're on your label or they're not. If everyone kind of has the same idea as far as like, yo, I'm trying to make music and make a living. That's not easy. So I look at like everyone on that label understands what that is. You feel me? It's a good feeling because we're coming at it again to do it again after hopefully we learn from our mistakes.
Right. And a lot of you guys have grown. Like me and Chucky were talking about it a few months back, and where he was back then to where he is now. We're almost getting more better focused versions of everybody, I think, coming back. From the feeling I'm getting talking to several people, you know, it seems like there's been a lot of growth. I know it ain't going to be perfect, you know, there's a lot of insanity went on for a while. And I've been a lifelong fan. I'll show you here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm stated. I got my Cottonmouth on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have to rep the state, country, and shit. But, you know, I was really excited to coming back because I grew up knowing like Saint Haas's mom, and I know me and Haas are really tight and shit. Like, so I was in on like Cottonmouth and Suburban Noize from like the beginning and shit. And like just as a fan, I felt kind of a little bit like, what the fuck towards the end of it. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm excited as fuck to see everybody get back together.
Yeah, man, it's definitely a positive thing, man, and that's why I like it because, you know, things happen in the underground and we watch it and we see it, and social media creates it however you want to see it, and everyone has their own way of looking at shit. It's kind of like, in the end, to me, it's just about all trying to make music and stay positive for real in this world that's hard to deal with in general for a lot of people, it feels like. And that's the people that I feel like Suburban Noize can relate to. And that's the people that I live with, and that's the people I go through real things like how y'all probably go through real things. And that's the shit that we talk about on our albums. You know, like you got Head PEs on there with some political shit that's super hard. Always, you got Mad Child on there who fucking busts. Like, you can't deny that shit. So to me, it's like when you get people like that together, and then you get together the history of all the other people on Sub Noize, it's just a dope combination that, if everyone works hard, can be dope. So I think it's cool, man, and I'm stoked on it. And, you know, I had a while to do my own thing and kind of learn what was going on. And now it's fun to work with somebody who's, you know, can help me even understand what more is going on the next level, and just try to build together. It's a cool feeling.
Well, it's a smart move. You guys are all in the right place. You got the fan base set. You know, we know what to expect. We love the versatility from everybody that's coming back on. Big B, you said Head PE, Mad Child, Cottonmouth. Who else we got coming back to label?
Chucky, you got Chucky.
Chucky's coming back. Yeah, absolutely. I can't believe I forgot him. We're interviewing him again on the 16th.
Yeah. We just did some. We just did shows with Chucky. It was cool to see him again. Yeah. We just did 2 shows last week, and it was cool to see him again. Like, that's the type of thing that makes it fun to be on a label. You know, when you get to do shit together. You know what I mean? So it was super cool to see him. And yeah, man, it's I can't complain, man. I'm making music and I'm making a living. You know, like, I can't complain.
Right. Yeah. But who you're working with now is Garth Vader, right? You want to talk on that?
Yeah, man, Garth. I've known Garth forever, man. I've known Garth for like 20 years. So he was in a different group when I was growing up, when I was younger, when I first started rapping. And he was in a group, the other local group that was in Humboldt at the time, called Humboldt County Freestyle Kings. And we would do shows with them. And Garth was in that group. So I've been doing shit with Garth for 20 years. So I just basically was like, yo, man, like, we've always been on each other's albums and shit. He's just always done his own thing. And, you know, I hit him up because I was about to do a solo. I was doing my solo album, and I was like, well, who do I want to make songs with? And he was basically the first one that popped into my mind. And then Liquid Assassin's the other one of my other homies that kills it. And I've made some songs with him too. The thing with the Garth one was, Garth just came and I said, hey, bro, let's make some songs. And he was like, cool, I have these other songs too. And he was the one that came with that Black Markets Matter song to start it off. And I was like, damn, bro, that shit's hard as fuck. And then it made me think of just kind of rapping about that subject matter. Like, I didn't really think about it. I mean, I'll throw words in here and there, but I was like, man, when we wrote that song, I just felt like, because, you know, he had the whole thing already done. I just did my verse. But after I listened to it, I was like, this shit's hard, bro. And then the next song he brought to me was like, hey, let's do another song. And by that time we have 4 songs. And it was just like, man, these are just they're writing themselves, you know? So Garth's the man. Props to Garth, because he kind of just brought that vibe around. And he's like, I've known him for 20 years. He's a real motherfucker. Like, it was just fun to make music. Like I was saying from before, I'm like, I'm just trying to have fun. You know,
yeah, right. Anybody who has followed you, you know, what you've been doing since you really blew up with Potluck, should know who he is, because he's been on a lot of dope shit with y'all. So I mean, Dank alumni, and then I mean, I've been following him a long time because of you. So
and we got you on Static G's new album too, right?
Static G, that's the homie, man. Yeah, hell yeah. He got I think I'm on a couple songs with him. I don't know where he put them. I don't know if they're on that or not, but
I got My Friend featuring Underrated.
Nice. That's dope. Fuck yeah. Yeah, he's cool, man. He puts together some good shit too. It's like, I love when people hit me up to do features and stuff, and we talk about what we're gonna do, like, and I just get to hear other people's like vibe, and like they show me the respect to even want to come to me to do a song. It's just a cool thing, man, because it's like, you know, I get a lot of different people just anybody to me, bro, because we're on the such an underground level, right? It's like when anyone can hit you and be like, yo, man, like will you do a verse for me? And I'm like, yo, yeah, but I'm so busy, I'm trying to do my own shit, you know. Just somebody who might have just started, you know, maybe they made like 3 songs, but they like me because I did a song that they love. So they hit me and be like, yo, will you do a song with me? And you know what I mean? It's like it's just cool that anyone would want to spend their hard-earned fucking money to have me do something on their shit. Like, it makes them that happy, so it makes me feel good too. And I'm like, damn, bro, like the mutual respect of that is crazy when you think about it, to me. So like, he's like, yeah, you know, he blew up with Potluck before. I'm like, bro, I don't even look at it like anything like Potluck was big or we blew up or anything. I just look at it like, bro, I'm having fun. And like, those are the things that pay me back, you know, like people hitting me like, yo, you saved my life with this song, or whatever crazy shit that I've got from that It'll Be Better Tomorrow song. Those are the things that feel like make me feel good, you know.
Million tears. I know I'm million tears. I know that hit a whole bunch of people, dude.
Yeah, and see, that's what's crazy. It's like I'm just a dude writing normal shit. Like, I feel like why is there a niche for normal shit? You feel me? Like, just say normal shit. Like, you guys, I'm like, that's the thing about me and Garth's album. It's like, are we the only fucking people talking? Like, why are we looking around and no one wants to say this shit when a lot of people are feeling it? I bet if we make an album, motherfuckers gonna come out and be like, oh, they're saying shit everyone thought but didn't really want to say because they couldn't explain it or they didn't understand. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy how everything is. It's crazy how the world is these days, you know. So when you get to dab your brain out or whatever sometimes, and you get to just be like, oh shit, let's stop and look at the world real quick. What has just been happening? Oh man, this shit is fucking crazy, bro. In so many ways.
Right. I want to say, Rico, call back. I missed your call, bud. I know we had another person calling in. The interview might be oh shit, what the fuck just happened? Oh shit.
Hey, bro.
All right, we're back. I thought I just fucked up touching the screen. Tim would have had ended this for me.
It's all good.
Yeah, shit. I mean, you never know on this show. I fucking second interview I was doing with Chucky. He had things going on. I fell asleep. I've accidentally punted myself out of here too with Jason Logic and Prolific from Force 5 Records. I bumped myself off. They had into the show. We got a call.
All right.
Or not a call. I don't know what's going on with this phone, Rico. You want to do any shout outs or anything? Or
I mean, not really. The thing is our new shit, our new movements, Black Markets Matter. You type it in Google, the shit will pop right up. You know, wherever you can find the music, you can find our social media, you can find whatever. And that's pretty much it. That's what I'm doing. And I'm doing another smoke session number 3. I'm trying to do that by 7/10 this year instead of 4/20 because I had so much going on. And that's going to be fun because I get this energy off this album to put into this next project. And then my own solo thing I'm trying to do. So shout out to just Underrated World and Black Markets Matter, man. And I appreciate you guys for real. I appreciate your time and like giving a fuck. You feel me? So I'm stoked on it. I'm glad. I just wanted to come by and say what's up, really, bro.
I appreciate that. Would you do a radio drop for me?
Yeah. What's up? What's up?
All right. Can you do say who you are and you're listening to DJ Guns on the Couch on Loud Ass Radio?
DJ Guns on the Couch on Loud Ass Radio?
Yeah.
All right, let's try it.
Go for it.
Yo, what's up? This is Underrated, and you're listening to DJ. Oh man, I fucked it up. DJ. The thing is when you try to do these jobs, it's so unfair because you say like 4 things and you say like 3 things, and then I'm like here on these space gems, and I'm like, all right, hold on. Okay, say it again. Underrated and hold on, bro. Let me do it one more time. I'm high as fuck. Yo, what's up? This is Underrated. You're listening to DJ No Guns on the Couch or Guns on the Couch.
Guns on the Couch.
That's how high I am. That's how high I am, bro. But something about guns and something about a motherfucking couch and it's loud ass motherfucking radio. How's that go, bro? How's that go? Let's go, bro.
That's perfect, bro. I love it when they're like that. Can you also just say I'm also on Planet 13 Live. That's another app we're bringing up that we're putting the show on also.
Planet what? Planet
The
13?
just the P13 app, the P13 Live app.
Who you guys are on it or I'm on it?
Well, hopefully I'll talk to you about getting your music on that app. I'll explain a little more to you.
The P13?
It's a P13 Live app.
Oh, yeah. What's up, man? It's underrated. I'm saying, what's up? I'm all up on this P13 Live app. What's up with that, man? That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, that's awesome, brother. That's awesome. I got our caller on the line. If you don't mind taking that real quick.
Okay, let's do it. And I got to get it. I appreciate it.
Most definitely. All right, bud. Who we speaking to?
Yo, it's Rico.
Rico. Rico's like our number one fan.
Oh, hell yeah. What's up, bro?
Yo, Josh, I was just going to ask, you mentioned you can't see how bands stay together and whatnot. So what was harder, trying to collaborate to make a strain or to collaborate to make a track?
I mean, to me, collaborating to make a track is not hard. It's like if I make a song with somebody I feel like I'm giving them my energy, I'm taking theirs, and we're making a song in a certain type of way. That's easy. That's what I've always done. The breeding thing with the weed shit, man, I can't even claim I'm close to the level of the rapper I am. So that shit's way harder for me. I'm in awe of people that can do that shit. You feel me? You know, I'm not on that. So that's definitely harder for me.
All right, that's awesome.
I appreciate you answering my question. Thank you for signing my spade back in Dallas. The Abominations tour, man.
Oh yeah.
You and Garth.
Appreciate you. Right on, bro. Have a good one.
You too.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate you coming on, brother. I've been following you for a long time, and I'll continue to follow you till the end, bro. I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
I had to get Tim on just for those reasons.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
a big fan, bro.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
But his label, Funny Farm Records, shows me a lot of love. They sponsor us and shit. So like we try to keep the love, intermingling amongst everybody, like you do.
Word up, bro. Well, I appreciate that energy, man. I appreciate the time as well. And you guys have a good night, yeah?
All right, bro.
Brother, you too. Thanks for coming on.
All right, bro.
All right, now. Peace.
Later.
All right, Speaker. That was that for that. We had the co-host Tim Torment from Funny Farm Records. We also had the one, the only, underrated now from Suburban Noize Records. To quote my good buddy Donnie, that's fucking ruckus itself. Man, I loved everybody coming on. The sponsors, show them some love. Fucking, I'm out. This was a special one, a special Sunday night for you guys. Fucking, there's a lot of intelligence in that young man. He's on game, Careful. Just because it glitters, it ain't gold. You know what I mean? Don't let them trick you on shit. And that's kind of what's happening in California. All right, much love. This is DJ Gonzo. We had Living Dead Girls stop by. Man, I love you guys tuning into this. Those of you that tune into the Letters to Living Dead, we appreciate that. Mad love. As always, buy that ticket, take the ride. I love y'all. Remember that. DJ Gonzo, and I'm out of here. Peace.